Hello everybody, thanks for stopping back by. Today is going to be a little rant. I actually might even yell a little bit because I am so tired of hearing people griping about their bullshit problems. But first I want to do a little bit of bragging. So wife and I have been on Verizon for 2 years now. Unlimited data plan, 2 phones, and over time the bill has escalated to $185, actually $183 plus tax a month. Ridiculous. And part of being a prepper, by the way, is holding on to your money so you can reallocate it towards things that you really need to buy and prepare, such as more food or silver or whatnot. Holding on to that money and putting it to better use. And I don't know if you all remember these phones, but the wife and I dug these out of storage, plugged them back in, and called Verizon and said, hey, get rid of those phones because we're going back to these. Remember these flip phones? You remember these? Remember these flip phones? That's what we're going back to. No data, more simplistic lifestyle, $25 a month plus tax. Come out to approximately $31, the lady said. Done. I'm tired of this bullcrap corporation where they keep itching up the prices. By the way, we also did that with our cable. I'm on a regular freaking antenna now, and I stream Netflix, and I got Kodi. By the way, I'm going to do a video about Kodi. And if you don't want to wait for me to do a video about Kodi, Google Kodi and do your research. Anyway, now to my griping and the bitching. First, a little coffee. I was getting a headache. I haven't had my coffee. I did a video, I think it was my last video, I'm not even certain anymore, about minimum wage and how it's been proven that it's actually detrimental now. It's hurting a lot of the minimum wage increase is actually hurting a lot of the minimum wage workers. A lot of cities and whatnot are finding that their minimum wage worker unemployment rate is increasing, after the increase. So I'm getting a lot of emails, a lot of negative comments. It's just not fair. These corporations, it's the corporation's fault and whatnot. To this I say this. First of all, it's not the company's fault that you're making minimum wage. You knew you were going to make minimum wage before you walked into the door and asked for the application. Secondly, remember when we were younger, when we were kids, most of those jobs were held by children, kids themselves, utilizing those jobs as maybe a summer job, maybe as a stepping stone to get themselves through college and get a better job. Well, now that government has really bastardized school and really has utilized the media as a propaganda war against education and whatnot, our kids are no longer taught to prioritize their lifestyle. And what I mean by that is, when we were kids, at least I can only speak for me, my parents told my sisters, you don't have a freaking kid until you're able to clothe and feed that kid, until you have an income, until you have a good job and a good home. That is your priority. You get those things and then you get a kid. But through the bastardization of our school system and the propaganda that's coming through the television, our kids, our young, have been taught to, you have rights. You do what you want. You have as many kids as you want, and it is your right. Oh, and by the way, if you're on welfare, you have as many kids as you want also, because it's your right as an individual, and no one should take that right away. So now you got a lot of people who are on welfare, on minimum wage, who are bitching about their jobs. And I think we've all witnessed this. You don't don't expect a minimum wage job to pay for all this thing. A minimum wage job, we all know, cannot sustain children, a car, mortgage, or even rent. It's not meant to do it. And you got a lot of people who say it's just not fair. It's just not fair. The main crux of this rant is life is not meant to be fair. And the problem with this is government, along with the media propaganda complex, television, have taught our kids that life should be fair and life could be a utopia. There is no such thing as a utopia, folks. What happens tomorrow if, no matter your education level or your profession, you could be a doctor, you could be a dishwasher. What happens tomorrow once you reach the age of 16, you make $15 an hour? What would happen? You're a doctor, you make $15 an hour. You're a dishwasher, you make $15 an hour. It don't matter. You get a promotion from dishwasher to cook, you're still making $15 an hour. What would happen to society, folks? I'm telling you right now, I already know. It goes stagnant. Why go to school? Why go to school to better myself? There's no need to. I made $15 an hour. What would happen to society after that? Maybe a year down the road, 2 years, a generation down the road. Life would go stagnant. There'd be no more innovation. There'd be no more inventions of badly needed pharmaceutical, medical innovations, technology innovations. There would be no more of that. We would die. We would digress as a society. There needs to be competition in our life. There needs to be unfairness in our life. There needs to be a reason to strive to do better in our life. That's our nature. We're natural fighters. We need to fight every day to scratch and claw our way to the top. Whether you think you do or don't, you do. Now to my bitching and my yelling. It was one thing that was just 2 or 3% of the population who were, bitching that they had a hard life. Things didn't work out for them. That's why they need to be on welfare. That's why they have wound up at a minimum wage job. And as a whole, society could lend a helping hand to that little percentage. But through the bastardization of our school systems, our younger generation is finding it appropriate and easier to claim that they need help, regardless if they need help or not. I'm here to tell you, I am tired of helping people. I am tired of hearing the riff-raff excuses of why they're in the position that they're in. Oh, it's somebody else's fault. Oh, our trailer burnt out. Oh, it's just one excuse after another. We all know these people. They can bitch about, how the system screwed us over, and you can give them money to get them out of that predicament. The day after you give them that money, they'd be in a whole new situation. These are the type of people that you can never, ever, ever bail out. And it's just not even worth helping anymore. They're just a drain to society. I am, as a person, tired of helping people out. I don't care what happened in your life anymore. I don't care if mommy died when you were a young age. I don't care anymore. I don't care if daddy beat you. I just don't care. I don't care if you did drugs as a kid, skipped school as a kid, screwed off through your adolescent life, and now as a young adult you have a minimum wage job. I don't care. It is not my fault. It is not my responsibility as a taxpayer to fix the problems that you've had in the past and help you out now. As a taxpayer, I am being forced by jail. I'm being forced by gun if I don't pay those taxes. They could take my homes away. They could take everything away so they can help the unhelpable. And that's really what they are, the unhelpable. Yes, there's a small percentage that are helpable, who are redeemable, who will do better for themselves. But on a whole, I'm sorry, they're not helpable. I don't care. Let me tell you somebody I know, and this is a true story. Young girl, 19 years old, has a kid. I know her. She gets fired from every job. She had a Walmart job. Show up late. She eventually got fired. And she said it was Walmart's fault. But we would actually help her out and give her rides. And she wouldn't even come out the door when it was time she told us to show up. So we would drop her off like 10 minutes late, She get fired, so she can't work at Walmart no more because once you get fired at Walmart, you can't get hired. And she's gone through every freaking department store and whatnot and got fired from everywhere. Now she can't get a job. You know what a lawyer told her to do? Claim PTSD. And you can get on Social Security. This is a true story. God, strike me down if I'm lying. So what she does is she claims she has PTSD because her father beat her. And now she cannot work around other people because they scare her. She's getting Social Security, folks. She is getting Social Security. And she's only now she's 20 because it's a year has gone by. She might even be 20 and a half now because we stopped dealing with this person. She's on Social Security. And whatever other program she's on to help sustain her kid. I don't know. We don't even talk to them anymore. But she has no income derived from her working. Let's put it that way. I am so tired of hearing everybody's excuses. And the problem is with everybody's excuses, I don't know whether they're lies or truths. So I just say screw them all and let God sort them out. Not my fault as a taxpayer. It's not your fault. We can't be held accountable anymore. This is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm sorry for my rant. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm gonna go finish my coffee. I'm frustrated with these comments. People who just think the world owes them something, and it's not. Nothing is their fault. Everything that they've done in the past, it's not their fault. Whatever predicament they're in now, what's got them there is not their fault. It's somebody else's fault, and it's somebody else's financial responsibility. Take care, folks.